You're listening to the Simplify Business with Bryony podcast. I help simplify business and marketing for time-poor busy women who run passion-fueled businesses. Listen in each week as I share bite-sized business tips designed to not only empower you, but to help make your business life simpler. Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast. And happy 2023. I know for a lot of you, certainly for me, this year feels like the year we can finally push forward and that COVID is well and truly behind us. So if you've had a bit of a rough 2022, just know I feel you. And you know what? We're pushing forward with confidence into 2023. Now, this episode, I want to share something that has happened within our home, okay? For those who've been following along over the years that I've been doing this, my husband and I have been renovating our home. And he works for himself full-time. He's a carpenter. I had my business, COVID hit, homeschooling, trying to build an online business, running a podcast, all these kind of things. And we got the house to a position where it's almost there. It's almost there. And at the start of 2022, we decided that enough's enough of waiting for this to happen. We were going to prioritize this. Okay, we were going to prioritize the renovation. That meant a couple of things. That meant meaning we prioritized the renovation above, some family time together on the weekends. It meant we were putting aside money because we were doing this ourselves more than we had been previously. We really lent into putting aside the money for the renovation rather than taking holidays. And we made it a priority. We sat down in January, we nutted it out, how long this would take, what it was going to look like, what the journey was going to look like, and how much money it was going to take. And then to make it happen, my husband ripped out the front of the house, January 2022. Long story short, it is January 2023, and can I tell you, I am standing in my brand new, beautiful office. I spent last night in my beautiful new bedroom with carpet and a new bed and an ensuite. The kids didn't even know what had hit them because it happened. Now, are we totally finished? No, we're not totally finished. But there's no part of our house anymore that looks like what we have been affectionately calling a murder house, okay? Because it was like holes in the bricks, like you would just have died if you'd walked into our house. We were so lucky to not have any animal infestations, and it definitely kept us busy during the lockdown periods. But yeah, we've been calling it a murder house because there's been no walls. Anyway, I digress. What I'm getting at here is we've been renovating for 8 years. Yes, we've had children along the way. Yes, we've grown businesses from scratch. And so, money is a bit of an issue along the way. But things don't happen unless you turn your mind to it. Things don't happen unless you set goals and move forward. And we had each other. When he was tired, I'd be like, come on, honey, do an hour and then come and join us. Or rest today, but tomorrow you need to work, okay? And he would say things like, I'm going to be making noise over the weekend. If you're going to record the podcast, you need to be doing it now. We were really having to keep on top of each other and spending time, moving things out to the back shed and emptying rooms and all that kind of stuff. We had each other to move forward and to push each other. But we set a goal. We set a goal to make this happen and to stand here, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but to stand here and feel the carpet under my feet and to be in my space and to just have a home that feels like a grown-up house, not a murder house, is so inspiring to myself. Like I'm so energized by it. And I can also relax a little bit because we've been pushing hard for 12 months and it feels like a weight is off. We can now enjoy the space and start to build out our beautiful garden. But things like that don't just happen on their own. And they certainly don't just happen with one of us pushing. We were both on board and we pushed each other. And so I want to ask you, what are you doing in your life, in your business, to push yourself forward? I know that for a lot of you, you set goals, but you don't always meet them. And I want you to think about why that is. Why is your business so important to you And it is, I know it is. I speak to so many of you. Why is it so important? And we set goals, and then when it comes time to really push forward, why do we put our goals and our dreams to the side? Why do you do that? I know why I do it. At times, I've gotten much better at pushing forward, and I actually actively reach out and say to people, I need you to check in on me on this date if I need to really push forward to a deadline. But I want you to ask yourself the question, why is it? Now, when I put this question to friends and colleagues and people that I've worked with, I get a number of answers. The one that makes me the saddest is from my bigger business clients and business owner friends. And that is, well, I set those goals for myself, but if I don't hit them, no one really cares. It doesn't actually matter. Now, that makes me really sad because it does matter. You get one life. We get one shot at our dreams. And I truly believe that this life is not for making all the money in the world. I don't think it's for collecting all the things. I think it's for living. And if your version of living is achieving your goals and your dreams, then I want to ask you why it feels so easy to leave them and push them to the side and not push forward. I think the biggest regret we can have is not trying our very hardest. And I know for a lot of you with families, you would tell your children the same thing, but right now, you don't push yourself. Okay? The other bit of feedback that I get when I ask that question is that, well, life takes over and it moves to the side, and I lose momentum. Okay, but why is that okay? Why are we as grown women who are very accomplished and who have done so much with our lives, why are we okay with just getting to a certain point and stopping? I want you to just ask yourself, what would it mean for you if you achieved your dreams, your goals? What would your life look like? How would you feel? And if it's because you don't have anyone that would share that with you, guys, I understand that. I don't have a lot of people in my world that know or understand very much what I'm doing here or would be able to celebrate with me. But what would it feel like to be part of a group that would celebrate with you? What is it that you're trying to do here? What is that big overarching picture? And how is it going to make you feel when you hit it? Okay, now I'm going to leave you with that today. I'm standing here pacing my bare feet across this beautiful carpet. I've been on floorboards for years, or concrete, or my car to work. And I know what it feels like to stand on this side of the goals. I know what it feels like to look back and reflect on my business and see how far I've come. I know what it feels like to set great, big, hairy, audacious goals and actually hit them accidentally because I've been pushing forward. I know what that feels like, and I want that for you. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking 2023 is the year that you do this for you, that you feel what this feels like, that you know what it feels like to stand on the other side of your goals and look back and reflect at where you once were, then I'm going to invite you to come and join us in Action Takers. Action Takers is my brand new small group 12-month program that is chock-a-block full of motivation, accountability, and action taking. Each quarter, you are going to set your 90-day action goals. We're going to do that together in a very small group. It's going to be live. And then each and every week for the year of 2023, you are going to meet with me in a group Monday mornings at 9:30. But the main point of difference with Action Takers is you and I are going to be in your business together. You me, and a handful of women who are chasing the same thing that you are, driving their business forward to achieve their goals, because this is the year that you are going to put yourself, your business, your dreams, and your goals first. And I'm going to be right alongside you, holding you accountable to make sure that it happens. You don't have to be in your business alone anymore. If this sounds like something for you, if this sounds like what you've been looking for, then I invite you to come across and check out Action Takers. I have links if you'd like to have a 15-minute chat with me about this. There's no application to join. If you're joining, you're likely someone who has listened along to this podcast, you've been a part of my world, and you understand how I operate. You, me, and a small group of women who are there to cheer you on, to push you forward, and to hold you accountable in a way you have never been held accountable before, in a way that you hold your families accountable, in a way your manager holds you accountable. I'm going to be holding you accountable. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I really look forward to chatting with some of you about what this program is and how we're going to make a difference to you and your business. Have a great day. Bye.